Okay, so wait, let's do this really quick. All right, and we should be all set to go. Okay, and I think we are in fact good. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly reaction to Unordinary and Jungle Juice. So, last week, season 3 kicked off with a pretty good bang, and we have some pretty interesting storylines coming up for season 3 of Unordinary. First things first, we kind of focused on, we learned a bit more about the Bureau, about the authorities. We met a new character by the name of Emmett, who seems to be a very high-ranking member of the Bureau. Welcome, Frames, welcome. And he kind of seemed to he was associated with Jude, the man who killed William. From there, Keon kind of got clearance to start working on the Wellston captives, presumably Blake and Arlo. Most likely just Blake, though. We got Keon kind of looking into Blake. We saw that Keon clearly sees everything that Blake knows, and yeah, Keon's kind of on board with murder. So, very unfortunate there. Anyway, right after that, though, we also got a bit with Remy and Ison and Kuyo back in Brannish with Beatrice, the woman who they saved from Waldo. She's kind of letting them stay with her for a bit. We learned that they're no longer with Grayson at the moment. So, yeah. We also learned that Brannish is now under control of someone named Charlie. John met up with Sarah after sneaking out after Cameron told him not to go. And so John and Sarah also made contact with Neil, with Spectre, to basically try and get resources to get Blake and Arlo out. And Neil said, I can't really give you that. And John's like, okay, screw you. Just tell us where they are. Like, get us the info as to where they are, and we'll go get them ourselves. So, boom. Then there was that. And then finally, we met back up with Blake, who we can clearly see that and also we met Grayson and his sister. Grayson, I still think it was faking him, like, giving up on being a vigilante. I think Grayson just, he also kind of said, like, I think they were just using me for money. I think Grayson is trying to cover as best he can for the other three. Welcome, Solo, welcome. So, yeah, so from there, we met back up with Blake, who the memory recall is definitely starting to take a toll on him. We can see that he's starting to kind of start to hate John again. I don't think that Blake himself is hating John. I think that it is kind of Keon trying to basically force Blake into thinking that he does by making him relive those traumatic moments with John specifically. Specifically because what Emmett told Jude is that they are trying to convert the Wellston captives, not just do that, not just kind of like get info out of them. They are trying to convert them. And so Blake then went out for lunch, and we saw that Rain was kind of like taking note of Blake specifically. Some prisoners basically went to kind of harass Blake a little bit and goaded him into fighting them, activating his ability, where we met the warden. I don't think we got the warden's name. Now that I think about it, I don't think we got the name for the warden himself at the moment. But the warden has an ability that can stop people in their tracks from moving, at least up to 4 people themselves. We'll need to see more. But I think that the warden maybe possibly is related to Farah. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. So there's that. Anyway, Blake, because he used his ability, he got a day in solitary. He also got his recreation time taken away for a month. And then him and Rain kind of had a conversation where they both kind of talked a little bit about everything. And Rain revealed that she was part of Spectre, and Blythe was like, oh crap, well, yeah, we might be able to get you out because John and Sarah got their ability back. So yeah, Blythe got taken away because his recreation time is, I guess he has to do something else with that or just go back to his cell. And Rain was kind of like, I can get my ability back. So that's where we left off. Also, yeah, welcome Solo. And so let's see. I'm gonna be real. I don't buy into the whole Byron being related to Cecile. I can see where people are coming from with it, but just I don't know. I don't buy it because I feel like Uru would have pointed that out to us by now. Like, I think if Cecile was going to be relevant to like the Bureau people or like, you know, kind of the story going forward, I think Uru would have also shown us getting a position with the Bureau as well, as opposed to Zeke. So me personally, I don't buy into that, but I definitely see where people are coming from with it. Anyway, so let's see. Let's see if we are up and ready. Welcome, animation. Welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Gee dang it. Nothing yet. Wow. The Webtoons app has been pretty slow these last few, like, weeks. It's been slow for a bit. Okay. So right now, not seeing anything. Well, there's something, but it's not loading. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Here we go, guys. Welcome, John. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you've been well. So, here we go. Parental advisory, strong language. Whee! So we see Cassandra. My other theory about Arlo's, I don't think is going to happen after all. So, we got Cassandra. She's in her suit. Jackson, how are you doing? Anyone left? Nope. This is the last of them. Perfect. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's wrap things up then. So Jackson, kind of like green hair, like bit of a comb over little type thing going. Unordinary, episode 351. Bureau of Authority, Lovin'. Good morning, Leon. Ah, Cassandra. Updates on Spectre? Yes, sir. Last week we found another building housing several Spectre assets. They've been captured, processed, and questioned. Very good. Anything interesting? Here. We've uncovered the identity of one of its leaders. These are his files from several years ago. Orin is simply an alias. Okay, we got info on Orin. Guys. Next gen employee record. Name, Raphael. Okay? So, let's see. Age, 31. Department, Ability Studies. Focus, Chemistry, Pharmaceuticals. Okay? Okay. Notes. Now, this could, because we know that Sarah has a fake alias with Next Gen, these could potentially be fake records as well. But let's see what we got. So, University of Haywold, that's cool. A BS in Psychology and Chemistry. University of Asley. MS in, is that a master's? In Biochemistry. University of Asley. PhD in Pharmaceutical Sciences. researcher at NextGen in the Department of Ability Studies, focusing on different methods of adjusting ability or output. Work history: Catalyst V4 Project, Medex Project, Project E, Project Enhancement. His specialty was in chemistry and medicine, very talented for his years. After completing his studies, he worked at NextGen as an ability researcher for 5 years. His time there likely helped with Spectre's development of the ability disabler and dampener. He's been off the grid for a while, with no familial connections. No familial connections. Okay, maybe he isn't Grayson's dad then, but I'm gonna stick with that. I'm going to stick with it that he's Grayson's dad. His top followers are the same, all isolated individuals. There's hardly a thing about them in our system. So Liam and Candace kind of following behind Grayson. As of now, he hasn't been sighted anywhere in this region. So, he may have fled towards the northern or eastern regions to a different Spectre faction. That is unfortunate. Leon just closes the book. But there may be a way to find him. Oh? After scanning through the readable data on Orin's headquarters, we found that Spectre organizes and operates through a series of shell companies. The report includes a list of companies that Orin had stakes in. We're still unsure if this list is complete, but it's a good start, Spectre. I'd like the authorization to look further into all these businesses. Do as you need. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, before you go, Cassandra, he's going to bring up Arlo. Yes? There's someone I'd like to put you in contact with. Instructor Keon. He's the mentalist from the Juvenile Delinquency Department. He was able to look into the minds of Spectre's loyal followers. A great deal of information we've gathered so far has been thanks to him. He may be of assistance to your investigation. Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. Ooh, is Keon gonna be sus of Cassandra? Let's see. Alright, here we go. Here we go, guys. Loven Prison. Back with Blake? No, okay. Tarek, how have you been? Tarek? Who do you think you are? Uru, Legend of Korra? How have you been? Back so soon, Cass? Here to check on Rain again? You bet I am. Thank you for taking care of her. Oh, she does not trust this guy at all. She does not believe he's taking care of her. It's no trouble. Right this way. You know, you don't always have to come here personally. For someone as busy as yourself, it'd be easier if you sent a representative to communicate with her instead. Not that I don't enjoy the company. She's been unjustly imprisoned. The least I can do is show my face when she needs me. That's very considerate. Well, here we are. Take all the time you need. Good afternoon, Rain. I'm here to catch up with you on how things are going. Go ahead. Orin is still on the run, but at this point, the Bureau has already swept and cleared this entire region. If all goes accordingly, you should be out of here in a few weeks. And my ability? When will I get that back? Unfortunately, that will take a bit longer, but our researchers are working on it. ... And yet, there's already a cure. Something wrong? What are you thinking? Cass, as much as I appreciate your efforts, I'm starting to have doubts in the Bureau, and in you, by extension. Have I not been transparent enough? ... I met a guy in prison. Blake. Blake? The redhead from Wellston? Who was a part of Kuyo's vigilante group? He told me during the Wellston raid, Arlo also turned against the feds. But there's no mention of Arlo all on the news. Why's that? Arlo turning? Impossible. From what I heard, he was rounding up and protecting students during the incident. Well, only one side's telling the truth. I swear if that redhead lied, I'm gonna spit in his food. What else did Blake say? Wouldn't talk. Said his thoughts are being monitored by an officer. Thoughts monitored? An officer named Keon? So you know about Keon, but not about Arlo? Look, Rain, I'm on your side. It was just a guess. Blake knows the Bureau's darkest secret. It makes sense that they'd want to limit what he says, as he played a significant role in gathering the evidence against Ember. But if Keon has looked into his head and found that he was involved with delivering the evidence to me, then wouldn't that implicate me as well? What if Keon reports me? Cass! Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden? It's not helping your case. Rain, thanks for bringing this to my attention. I understand your doubts, and I'll get to the bottom of this. But in the meantime, I have some loose ends to address. ... We're back at the Bureau. We are back at the Bureau. So we got the warden's name, Tariq. Tariq, Farah? Maybe not. Probably not. But I still think so. Chatter. She's just on her keyboard. Keon. Oh, and the files did not have Oren's record or level. Date of birth, January 13th, or 113. Ability, memory recall, level 5.2. Eye color, dark blue. Hair color, red. Height, 6.61. Sex, male. Department, juvenile delinquent instructor. Year served, 8. So this is Keon. Gosh, he looks miserable. Would it kill to smile for your badge photo? Hey, Cass. Who's this new lady? Okay. So we got like a lady with pink hair, like rocking her hair in a bun, but like she's got like bangs. She's got bangs like coming out, basically. Thanks, Amelia. Amelia? Do we know an Amelia? That name's no. I'm thinking Oriel, and we've already met her. No, never mind. Thanks, Amelia. Of course. Anything else? Let me know. Don't work too hard. All right. He's here. Why not request your own private office? Especially after your big promotion? And she looks to the side. At least it would deter people from disturbing you so much. Arlo, you're back. And this fucker is smiling again. Nope, Aslow's back. It's good to see you, Cass. Unordinary, episode 351. End. He is back. All right, hold up. Yeah, no. Season 1 Arlo is back, guys. Season 1 Arlo is back. This is dangerous. Okay, let's go through this one more time. Also, this episode felt like a pretty decent length. All right. Here we go. So, assumably this, like, where this was at the beginning was a Spectre raid. So, some people in cuffs. Cassandra. Jackson, how are we doing? Anyone left? Nope. This is the last of them. Perfect. Let's wrap things up then. Okay. So, Bureau of Authority, Lovin. So, good morning, Leon. So we're in Leon's computer, or we're in Leon's office. All right. Last week, we found another building housing several Spectre assets. They've been captured, processed, and questioned. Wait, she's referring to people as assets. I mean, if they were under Orin, that's what he would call them too. So, very good. Anything interesting? Here. We've uncovered the identity of one of its leaders. These are his files from several years ago. Orin is simply an alias. Raphael, again, because Sarah also has a Zetasai. Wait, no. I'm an idiot. This is Next Gen, not Zetasai. Oh my gosh. No, okay, no. This has to be legit then. This has to be legit then. So animation, me personally, I think that Arlo is not going to be back at Wellston. So far, my track record with my season 3 predictions ain't the best, but I think Arlo is. I think the Bureau is very much like Arlo is going to be with us and us only. He's not going back to Wellston. He doesn't need to go back to Wellston. We're keeping him on lockdown. Project. You know what? That's a great question. That is a great question, Solo. It is very likely that he knows about Jane. Incredibly likely he knows about Jane. But let's do a little digging, shall we? Okay. So, bada bing, bada boom. We got episode 256 pulled up. That's a very good point. That's a very good point, animation. So, yeah. So, let's see. Yep, Solo. He knows about Project E, because that is this part right here. Now, how long has he been? Is he a part of Project? Has he been a part of Project E from the beginning, or does he have? Sorry, he was most likely a part of Project E from the beginning, but does he have the latest information? I don't know. Probably not, but absolutely, yep. Okay. So yeah, he knows. Let's see. Now, what I'm curious about is if these other projects, Catalyst V4, MedX project, I wonder if these things will come up. Let's see. Ooh, actually, okay. Here's what here's my thinking, because Sarah specifically says, why would Spectre want this? It hasn't even been perfected. Do they want to pair it with the high tiers they've collected, or maybe they think they can complete it themselves? So, okay. Here's the tinfoil hat. Get the tinfoil out, guys. So, my thought is, Orin was the original head of Project E. He was the original mastermind behind it, the one to get it started. I'm thinking he either lost his job with Next Gen or was like, basically kind of like fell out of favor with the Bureau. Or maybe he just kind of like was like, you know what, these guys, like this place sucks. Like I don't care. Like this isn't satisfying to me anymore. I'm not getting paid enough for this. I want to be at the top. And this actually leads to another Oren theory that I have. So I think Oren either leaves Next Gen, leaves the Bureau, and just decides like to side with Spectre, or falls out of favor of them, gets fired. And so he joins up with Spectre. He knows about this information. He knows about this technology. So he's like, hey, I know what we can do. And I know all the places where we need to go to get it. So he's using this technology because he probably can most likely finish it himself, or he's trying to get it to get revenge and everything. So yeah. Solo. Good call out. Good call out. So let's see. What did this thing? Conversion research 2XX to present. We don't have a date for his next gen time. Purpose is to convert and transform individuals' aura into any desired ability in order to control variable and create more reliable task force. Progress has been slow overall, but recently the team has been able to make several breakthroughs. So far, Next Gen is able to convert a portion of a subject's aura into different abilities, but conversion is not 100% efficient. Notable aura loss is lost within the conversion process. Only users with high channel output are successful. Okay, so let's see. Conversion success is... Okay, successful conversion so far. Regeneration, speed, and flame claw. Sources obtained but not yet worked. Higher level abilities. Lightning, phantom walk, failed conversion. Examples: future sight, telepathy. Supported theory is that abilities which do not source from the physical plane cannot be converted. There has been success with partial physical sourcing, but abilities fully reliant on non-physical sources require further testing. I think this is what Oren is going to be working on. Okay, so let's see. Channel Master. Okay. All right. So boom. Oren worked on Oren worked on Oren was working on Project E. Okay. Bro, we all want Jane free animation. She deserves to be free. Okay. So his specialty was in chemistry and medicine. Very talented for years. For his years. After completing his studies, he worked at NextGen as an ability researcher for 5 years. His time there likely helped with Spectre's development of the ability disabler and dampener. He's been off-grid for a while with no familial connections. His top followers are the same. All isolated individuals. There's hardly a thing about them in our system. Okay. So, animation. It's funny you say that. I think Marisol so Marisol said something in episode 240 or 347 where she's like, I think the Mister has met his match. So I think John will kind of push Cameron a little bit to like be more active and everything. So anyway, we got another map of the country of Unordinary. So let's see. As of now, he hasn't been sighted in anywhere in this region. So he may have fled towards the northern or eastern region to a different Spectre faction. That is unfortunate. But there may be a way to find him. Oh? After scanning through the readable data from Orin's headquarters, we found that Spectre organizes and operates through a series of shell companies. This report includes a list of the companies that Orin had stakes in. We're still unsure if this list is complete, but it's a good start. I'd like authorization to look further into all these businesses. Do as you need. Thank you, sir. Oh, before you go, Cass, there's someone I'd like to put you in contact with. Instructor Keon. He's a mentalist from the Juvenile Delinquency Department. He was able to look into the minds of Spectre's loyal followers. A great deal of information we've gathered so far has been thanks to him. He may be of assistance to your investigation. Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. So we don't get a list of the companies. So Zetasai most likely is on that list. But who knows? Let's see. So back to Loven Prison. I think Cassandra. Oh, it's Cassandra, that one guy, and Amelia later on that we meet later on, who are with her. Okay. Back so soon, Cass. So Tarek, how have you been? Back so soon, Cass. Here to check on Rain again. You bet I am. Thank you for taking care of her. It's no trouble. Right this way. You know, you don't always have to come here personally. She probably will. But for someone as busy as yourself, it'd be easier if you sent a representative to communicate with her instead. Not that I don't enjoy your company. Yeah, no, he wants Cass to stop coming. Like, he does, yeah. She's been unjustly imprisoned. The least I can do is show my face when she needs me. That's very considerate. I mean, considering that Cameron himself kind of seems to be in hiding based on what other people are suggesting, maybe they don't have the pull that we thought they do. So, well, here we are. Take all the time you need. Good afternoon, Rain. I'm here to catch you up on how things are going. Go ahead. Orin is still on the run, but at this point, the Bureau has already swept and cleared this entire region. If all goes accordingly, you should be out of here in a few weeks. And my ability? When will I get it back? Unfortunately, that will take a bit longer, but our researchers are working on it. And yet there's already a cure. Something wrong? What are you thinking? Cass, as much as I appreciate your efforts, I'm starting to have doubts in the Bureau and in you by extension. Have I not been transparent enough? I met a guy in prison, Blake, the redhead from Wellston, who was a part of Kuyo's vigilante group. He told me that during the Wellston raid, Arlo also turned against the feds, but there's no mention of Arlo at all on the news. Why is that? Arlo turning? Impossible. From what I heard, he was rounding up and protecting students during the incident. Well, only one side is telling the truth. What else did Blake say? Wouldn't talk. Said his thoughts are being monitored by an officer. So just that, so what I mean by that is that both, so let's go back to 347. So here they are arguing, blah, blah, blah. You're not going anywhere. You and that girl may be stronger than most, but against the authorities, you're nothing. If you meet up with her, and then what? Pull up to the Bureau, beat up some folks, ask them to release your friends? Tell me, John, do you even have a semblance of a plan? That's what I thought. You're staying right here. You'll wait patiently until the target's off your back. Just like what you did, right? When my mom disappeared when they killed my dad, you just sat your ass here and waited patiently, right? So, boom, there's that right there. How'd that work out? So, boom, there's that. But also, back in the finale, Sarah said something similar to him. Mr. Cameron, what are you running from? Running? You better watch your manners, nosy little brat. Why do you care? Because you're the only family John has left. So, boom, right there. So I don't think Cameron is hiding per se. I think like he's not. I think he's trying to like not gain the attention or the ire of the Bureau of like the Bureau of Authority. So maybe their family doesn't have as much pull to tell the authorities to fuck off as we think they do. So, next up, going back. An officer named Keon. So you know about Keon, but not about Arlo. Look, Rain, I'm on your side. It was just a guess. Blake knows the Bureau's darkest secret. It makes sense why they want to limit what he says, as he played a significant role in gathering evidence against Ember. But if Keon has looked into his head and found that he was involved with delivering the evidence to me, then wouldn't that implicate me as well? What if Keon reports me? Cass? Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden? It's not helping your case. Rain, thanks for bringing this to my attention. I understand your doubts and I'll get to the bottom of this, but in the meantime, I have some loose ends to address. ... Yeah. Exactly, Absent. Exactly. Okay. Let's hop back to 347 again. So this time we're going to check Blake because I thought only Remy was there when Blake was delivering. No, they had a conversation. They had a direct conversation about it though. So yeah, no, Keon probably would have access to that info. So let's see. Okay. So, boom, X-Ray, Waldo, Low Tiers, John, Vulcan, Alana, Jack versus Joker, Joker versus the High Tiers. So his dream, the Nobody, Lennon, Kuyo, Enhancers, Safe House, John again, Hating John, Byron, Grayson. Yep. The card right here. Okay, so no, they do know. Or Keon knows at least. Okay, so yes, Jane is probably the strongest member of her family, but I wouldn't if Cameron is under, I want to say that Cameron is 8.5 or above. If Cameron's under 8, I'm going to be like If Cameron is lower than an 8, I'm going to be very very like But okay, so we're at Cassandra's office. She's typing up. She's looking up Keon. So this is Keon. Gosh, he looks miserable. Would it kill you to smile for your batch photo? Hey, Cass, here's the company intel you asked for. We have to wait and see, Solo, because he is aware of Ember. Like, he's aware that the Bureau is the one that actually is doing all this. Anyway, where was I? Why not request your own private office, especially after your big promotion? At least it would deter people from disturbing you so much. Arlo, you're back. It's good to see you, Cass. Okay. Okay. So. All right. Eight eight. Ooh, that might be a bit of a stretch animation. We have to wait and see. Uru's definitely going to give us some Cameron sauce at some point. Like, we are definitely going to be seeing that at some point. But okay. So, dang. Arlo's back. Okay, hold up. Just need to pull up that chapter again. Do I have it here? Yes. Okay. All right. There. Considering what he can do compared to what John can do, there's no way that he's like lower than John, unless his mastery is just that much better than John's. Okay. Imagine that Cameron's mastery is higher than John's, but his potential is lower. That's why he's able to do different things. Maybe he can't do enhancements like John can, and that would be like why John is like higher than him. I highly doubt that he's lower than John though. Like again, if Cameron is under an 8, if Cameron is not like an I say like 8.5 or above. If he's under that, I'd be very shocked. Anyway, okay. So yeah. Okay. Question of the day for Unordinary. Question of the day for Unordinary is going to be yeah, she did. I think she did say like you stockpiled a lot of good abilities today. So let's see. Question of the day for Unordinary. Question of the day for Unordinary. Is Keon going to turn Cassandra in? That's question of the day, guys. Is Keon going to turn Cassandra? So, yeah. We have to wait and see. But, dang. This is a good chapter. I actually really like this chapter. Tarek, I don't trust you one bit, dude. Like, you... we're probably going to have to kill you. Tarek. Honestly, real talk. Yeah. Oh, man. Ooh. Personally, again, I know I said like Keon's definitely like kind of down with it to a certain extent, but we have to wait and see more because he did hesitate when Blake asked him what's wrong with trying to help people. So, who knows? I also don't think we've really seen Keon do anything with that info, with that intel yet. What I think it is, animation. Here's what. No, 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 no. Okay. So he has Scarlet. He knows Scarlet. So what I'm thinking is Cameron probably like has a lot of connections like in his area, and he's probably kind of, and he also clearly lives in a very nice area. And again, we know that if you have a good ability, if you're like, high level, you have high value to society, so you have a lot more worth and everything. So he probably has like a few contacts like in his area, and it's just kind of like on the phone, like, if he needs an ability or needs some help, he's like, hey, come over, I need your ability. Hey, we need to meet up real quick, I need your ability. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is like kind of like how he has Scarlet as a contact. He like has other people just to be like, or we've only seen Marisol, but maybe like he has like other people who like work for him in some capacity, and like his workers are where he gets the abilities from. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah. Question of the day. Is Keon gonna turn on Cassandra? I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. Because I will be very scared for Cassandra if he does. So, now that Unordinary is taken care of, let's hop on over to Jungle Juice. So here we go. Last time on Jungle Juice was kind of a J-Song and Bomb chapter. Bro, animation, high tiers in this society are too miserable to hang out with friends. Unless you murder people with them. High tiers in this society don't hang out with each other at a certain point. Every high ranking high tier who's old looks miserable. But yeah. Okay. So, moving on to Jungle Juice. Welcome, Frames. Or no, you were here before. You were here before. So, let's jump into this. Here we go. After becoming a member of Propolis, I challenged Yusong. Bro, the GOAT. The GOAT Yusong. To many sparring matches. But I never won once. He certainly deserved the title of the mightiest combatant. However, one more time, please. I still wanted to overcome him. I wanted to be the mightiest. I wanted to be among the very best. That's why I kept challenging him over and over. And I continued breaking down and getting crushed. How does one attain this build? Lots of steak. And through this series of sparring matches, my complex to put on armor evolved to the next level. I can now change its form. Good. I love J-Song so much. J-Song's great. I love him. I love him. What do you think, Yusong? You may be strong, but even you'll struggle against this skill. Later animation. I invented this in order to keep up with you in battle. Look out, Four Eyes! Yet, each punch is absolutely deadly. But I got this. I can endure this. Is he using Sia Ferox's leg strength to jump between the ceiling and walls? Duck! Bomb! Final defense mechanism of Sia Ferox. Trailblaze. You already tried that, bro. You already tried that and it failed. Wilderness! His ultimate defense mechanism is so destructive. But because it's so powerful, it slows him down a little. Haven't I told you that I invented this skill to keep up with you in sparring matches, utilizing the complex? What does Bomb do? Bomb hasn't done anything. She's just kind of been there, utilizing the complex to change the shape of the armor. I will abandon defense and concentrate all its power into one hand. Advanced defense mechanism, a diabolical ironclad beetle. I thought it was offense, not defense. Ankysphalos, Ares' spear. May your soul rest in peace now, you song. I love you, Jay Song. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. It ain't over yet, buddy. It's not over yet. Jay Song. Do you know what propolis means? Propolis? Propolis stands for cities, but that's all I know. That has nothing to do with it. Propolis is a resinous substance found in a honeycomb. The honeybees collect it from tree buds and fill crevices in order to protect its nest from outside harm. That's where the name propolis comes from. Every single organization, good or bad, is founded for a purpose. I mean, I get it, like, and don't get me wrong, I was also kind of like, really? Like, you just introduce him and just kill him off like that? But, like, I'm not gonna lie, his fight still had sauce. And he, like, kind of suffered, and he was kind of used for the purposes of showing how strong Breeder is. So, like, I get why people were upset, but I also get, like, why he died. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do get it. But sometimes that purpose gets misinterpreted. Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, exactly. Wait. Was he the first test subject? Was he Ma's first test subject? Creating crevices that ultimately cause the organization to crumble down. Nest is no different. You know this too. This place does not protect every single person out there. That's where we come in. We will fill in the crevices in Nest and make this into a better place. That is our duty and purpose. If I fail to achieve that purpose by the time I graduate, the rest will be in your hands. Okay, cool. Did we really what is we? Well, okay. Like you kind of helped him out a little bit, but like Bomb, you don't get to say we. There is no we. This girl must be talking Nintendo. ... Yusung, I'm afraid that duty's too much for me, because my trust in Nest is starting to shake. If the crevices you mentioned refer to the dirty truth of Nest, I really don't think I can bear this all by myself. However, shut the fuck up. J-Song, the fucking fake out. The like, I don't think I can do this, but it's gotten heavier. I don't plan to abandon it either. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bomb? Thanks for giving him a burial, Bomb. Okay, there we go. That's what she did. She buried the body. That way his corpse won't be reanimated again. His soul may rest in peace. Let's get going. Dang, bro, look at him without the glasses. Who's that handsome young man? Anyway, we must save others, as well as Professor Ma. Dang, he was not included in others. You look finer than I expected. ... Breeder. Hello, Professor Ma. How did you find this place? What do you think? I had installed a bunch of surveillance cameras here. No, that's not what I'm asking. The Baltic Sea branch of the lab jungle had been unknown to anyone for a long time. It should have remained that way. How were you able to find this place? Oh, that's what you meant. Perhaps this will explain. Although, there's nothing I can do. If you don't remember, because it was such a long time ago, he was also one of the experiments. But there was a young child at that research lab. No way. That's impossible. Of course I remember that child. He was my child! But on that day, I destroyed every... Okay, Professor Mott. Oh my god. I killed him with my own hands. Okay, Professor Ma, you're a child murderer. He's a child murderer now. Oh, no. All right. No, Professor Ma can die. I'm still not going to say he's actually... He killed a child in cold blood. He might be... Okay. He might be more evil than Breeder now. But here's what I'm going to say is going to happen. The reason he killed him, the reason why everything went to shit at the lab, is because this little shit was like, I'm an insect now, and like insects believe in law of the jungle, so I'm gonna murder all the other test subjects. That's probably what's gonna happen. But dang, Professor Ma really just pointing guns at kids like that. Big damn. But no, good episode. Good episode still. I really liked it. This was a pretty good episode. Okay. I guess Sue... Oh, wait. Fuck. What's his name? Yusong. I guess Yusong is dead, but like... Su-chan still said that he regretted not killing Mihui that day. So maybe he will get revived again, but like it's looking like he is down for the count for real. Awesome J-Song moment. Bomb, there is no we. There is no we. Absolutely not. But yeah. Good episode. Good episode still. I really like that. I really like that. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Frames. We got to do practical entomology. No. We got to do entomologist. Dr. Ento. So here we go. Dang on, man. Dang on, Professor Ma, man. You know, I tell you what, man. No pointing them gun and get no kid. Man, what the heck wrong with dang on Professor Ma, man? All right. Did we really? Respectfully, Bomb, you didn't do anything. Fun fact with an entomologist, propolis. To recap, propolis is protective tree resin mixed with beeswax. Forget the bugs today, people. People have been using propolis for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians used it to embalm mummies. Even Aristotle wrote about propolis, and the hype, we're only just catching up to ancient knowledge. So far, we know it's, pause for a deep breath, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, anesthetic, speeds healing, and even treats neurodegenerative diseases. Interesting. Finally, a confirmation that Professor Ma did a crime. Only took 3 fake outs. He was still doing No. The things Professor Ma were doing were still crimes. They were still crimes. It's just there was justification for, or there was like reason behind it. Like he had like reasons for why he was doing it. Professor Ma wasn't just mad scientist. I want to perfect everything. He was trying to advance humanity. No, yeah, this was cool. Killing a child, Professor Ma? Evil indeed. Or is there some story behind it, or just plain out covering your tracks? So Jae's song, advanced defense of Ares offense, and his final defense is Athena's shield defense. Interesting, since his main goal is to protect his precious people. Having ultimate shield as his final true form truly suits his character. Yeah, I really liked his forms. That was really cool. Just tossing this out there because wait likes to do this a lot. Professor Ma tried killing Breeder as a child because Breeder all right. It seems like Ma inventing jungle juice itself was probably for a good purpose, like you said, advance humanity. Okay, yeah, like, I say good purpose not because I agree with like what he was doing, but like that was his goal. Like his goal was to advance society, and like that's also why I was saying Professor Ma's. That's why I was saying before today, Professor Ma was not as evil as Breeder, because this motherfucker is just trying to ensue chaos. He's just trying to destroy the world where only the strong survive. So that's also why I think like maybe he was like this as a kid, and that's why Professor Ma like was trying to kill him. We have to wait and see. I don't do fast pass for Jungle Juice, so we have to wait and see. But yeah. So yeah. But don't get me wrong, Professor Ma was still absolutely committing crimes. Like using human test subjects, that's not okay. I'm pretty sure that goes against the Geneva Convention. Like, actually. Anyway, good episode still. Both solid episodes for Unordinary and Jungle Juice tonight. So, I'm satisfied. I'm really happy with that. These were both really good reads. So, the question for Jungle Juice tonight is going to be, was Little Breeder a psychopath as well? Was Little Breeder also a monster? Let me know. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Frames, thank you so much for coming by and chatting it up with me during Jungle Juice. I really appreciate that. And everyone who stopped by for the whole stream and for Unordinary, I really appreciate you guys coming by to watch. And yeah, there are more videos coming on the way. I know they're coming out a little bit later than I'm expecting, but there are still going to be a lot of videos. I'm going to try and get the review and discussion for episode 347 out tomorrow. And for 348, I'm going to try and take care of that as well this week, and kind of get caught up there with everything. So, with everything being said, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching tonight, and I'll see you guys back next week for some more Unordinary and some more Jungle Juice, some more reactions. So, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, everyone, see you, Space Cowboy. Wait, what? I haven't clicked end stream yet. Frames, what episode was that? What episode was that? I really need to reread Jungle Juice. I really need to reread the series so that I can get everything. All right, seems like Frames is gone. Okay, so yeah, we will end it here. If you get the info, Frames, please put it in the comments. Anyway, see you, Space Cowboy.